programmers use variables all the time. They will become one of your most valuable tools. So let's get to it. Now, any discussion of variables really ought to begin talking about computer memory. And the best way to describe computer memory is to give you an analogy. Now, imagine you're way up north in the north woods of Michigan into a rural community, and you pull up into the post office. Park out in front, you go in, and there's some cigar-smoking, pot-bellied old man in a flannel shirt and suspenders, grinning at you with his toothless mouth, and says, "You must be one of Charlie's boys." And then he reaches back behind himself into a wall of cubbyholes and pulls out your mail without even looking. He knew your last name. In this case, my last name. And he reached back and grabbed my grandfather's mail, and quite often there would be a letter for me from my mom and dad. That's how I knew he was right. Okay? So computer memory is like that. It's this vast area inside your computer where data can get stored. Where exactly does it get stored? We don't know. We don't care. It gets stored. Now, it gets stored because we tell the computer to store it. And part of that statement includes something called a variable name. All we have to do is refer to the variable name, and the memory manager of our computer, or postmaster if you will, reaches into the cubby holes of our computer memory and pulls out the right value. Just like what I've pictured here is going into this matrix of computer memory and grabbing the 40 hours worked this week. Okay? So, since the variable name is so critical, we really need to follow the rules for variable names. Number one, variable names are case sensitive. So make sure you type them consistently. If you use a capital letter, always capitalize that letter. My best advice is avoid capitals. Number two, variable names must begin with a letter or the underscore character. Okay? Now, I also have a very strong suggestion, and that is to use what we computer scientists call mnemonic variable names. Now, mnemonic is a $10 word that simply means meaningful or descriptive. So, what I'm asking you to do is to use variable names that are descriptive of the data they represent. So, if I'm going to store some number representing the speed of light, I'm going to use the variable name speed of light. If I'm going to store somebody's last name, I'm going to call it last name. Call things what they are. Now, in JavaScript, we declare variables with the var statement. So in my first example here, var age semicolon, I am declaring a variable called age. Now, I don't know if that's a number or text. Could be either one. And the second example, I'm creating a variable called first name. Again, I don't know if it's a number or text. The name kind of gives me a hint that it's that's text and that age is a number. But remember, your computer doesn't know the meaning of those words. In my next example, var age equals 56, semicolon. I'm declaring the variable here and storing the number 56 into that memory space. So later on, if I refer to age, it's really 56. That's the value of age. In the last example, I'm declaring the variable first name, and I'm storing the name Steve into it. So if I refer to the variable name first name, I'm getting Steve. Okay? Now, there's different kinds of variables. One type is a local variable. A local variable is one that is declared within a function, and it can only be accessed within that function. The minute my function ends, I release that memory. It's available for some other piece of code. Now, second bullet, local variables can use the same name in different functions. That's right, I could have two functions in my JavaScript. Both functions could declare a variable called age. They are different variables even though the name is the same. Okay? Remember, when one function ends, that age is gone. When another function begins, it creates its own variable called age. Third bullet, local variables are destroyed when you exit the function. Now we also have global variables. Any variable declared outside of a function is automatically global and can be used anywhere in your JavaScript. Global variables are released or destroyed when you close your web page. Now there's another kind of variable called the undeclared variable. This is a variable that we did not define with the var statement. These variables are automatically global, and they create an opportunity for something called a memory leak. Memory leak, L-E-A-K, which is not a good thing. Your program will still run, but it creates a security issue. So try to avoid these. Okay? That's all I've got to say on this subject. So have a good day.